Well. It's payday in Boston. Hey,
Bro.
welcome is NBA Central. We got the gang up here, Stevo Spears. We got Bobby Valentino. We got Sky Blue Haize at the bottom. Hey man, this man they got paid. Jaylon Brown, they got 304 million over 5 years. We gonna get straight into it, but we gotta hear that music first.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
All about money. Money.
On the real.
Hey, man's got paid today. Now, as y'all know, news just broke not only than 20 minutes ago. Jaylen Brown, they got paid, got his max contract, 304 million over 5 years. First of all, I ain't know this was gonna happen. It was rumors out that we didn't know it was gonna happen. We didn't know if it was gonna go for another year. Then they was gonna decide. It was also rumors that Jalen didn't like the city. He might want to go on and do his own thing. But all that didn't happen. He got paid. So what's y'all first feelings on this though?
That Nick getting $61 million per year. First of all, bro, that's crazy. That's wild, bro. Like, I don't think we are understanding the precedent set by this contract. $61 million annual average salary per year is wild, bro.
Bro.
It is wild.
That's crazy.
Bro, in a couple years from now, the rookie minimum can afford a Bugatti.
Well,
And keep it upheld at that.
and keep in mind, Jason Tatum is eligible for a contract extension next year for up to $318 million per year. We may see the same team break their own record for highest contract ever signed in the NBA in back-to-back years. That's wild.
Man,
they gonna look like Phoenix too.
Oh, bro. And it's a big shout out to him, man. Hey, he earned it. He definitely got it. They kind of, because I think that he still had one more year, but obviously with the expectation that everything gonna go up, they got it in right now. Before the expectation is that price could cost them more in the future. So shout out to him, because we just seen one of the soccer players get offered $776 million. What I gotta do? I didn't pick the wrong profession. God damn. Hey, I blame my mother and father for making me so short. Stevo, he's the witness now. He knows. So
hey, you would have survived in soccer.
On the real. And all you dudes that's big for no reason, y'all bogus, bro. Bogus. Y'all see this money, y'all bogus.
Tony Bradley.
This man, list first of all, and the fact that we got details on the deal as well. It has a trade kicker, so if they do trade him, he's going to get even more money. And there's no player option. This is a straight guaranteed $304 million.
Oh, I was wrong then.
Wild, bro.
Oh, so that's everything. So I see, because everybody knew during this situation that Jalen was extremely aggressive getting this exact number. He wanted the max. And the way he finagled it to now that if he get traded, which I'm pretty sure he wouldn't even mind, the back end is that he get more money out of it. Like I see why these players are becoming legit businessmen when it comes to these contracts. They taking their time. I'm pretty sure they didn't offer him this or offer it because it took a while. It's July 25th. Man, it's been a while. So you could tell that he's been persistent. He got what he wanted. That's one thing I can't fault about these dudes. Hey, if they offer you it and you take it, I can't get mad at you for doing it.
For real. And that's why, and they got to give shout outs to the NBA Players Association for putting these guys in position to succeed. And these guys coming together to take a lot of power and give the power to the damn players. Because if we look across at the other pro sport, football, they getting handled over there, especially if you're a running back. So these players over here in the NBA, they fortunate, and they're using that business acumen to make good moves for themselves to secure their future. Because $300 million, a lot of us won't even make that in a lifetime.
Most 90% of people in the world won't make that.
We don't even hit a million
figures. Unless Bobby low-key sitting on some money that he ain't told nobody about. Like, that's all I'm like.
Hey, Bobby, it ain't gonna be $300 million though.
Yeah, $300 million. He's sitting on something. I think I want to ask y'all this because I was having this conversation. I was doing another podcast about football, and I was talking to my cousin. He was just like, "Bro, you trying to make it seem like it's the NBA, like the NFL can't make contracts like y'all. They can't come together and make these things. Not that they will, but they just can't because of the ownership. Is this, like you said, the player associates? Congratulations, yeah, y'all done got y'all money, but is it going to be to the detriment, especially with this new CBA? Because, like you said, if they're offered to give two people $300 million, where the hell you gonna get somebody else that want to come there and play?
Yeah.
Everybody want to get paid at the end of the day, but everybody can't get paid, and I feel like that's the same thing that's happening in the NFL and running backs. They're looking at value. If you're getting the most value at this point in the NFL, a kicker has way more value than a running back.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
the
That's
that's
crazy.
just the
That's
sad
wild.
truth.
So
But go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to see
No,
what
I'm
you got
just
to say.
saying, like, do y'all feel like, okay, not saying that I'm just playing devil's advocate. Trust me, I don't like what the NFL is doing, but to a certain degree, I understand because it's like, okay, we could give everybody, we giving the NFL the quarterback position. That's the everybody need that for sure. But it's all about value and it's all about spreading the money out evenly. And it's like the NFL is getting to the point where it's becoming a little too free from money to power to positions and etc. So is it going to be a disservice? Because it just feels like it's getting bigger and bigger. I know they're making more money, which they're allowed to do such, but will it be a disservice?
I think at some point the growth of the game, like, because right now the contracts are growing exponentially because the NBA's every time they renew a TV contract, it's almost doubling. At some point, everything's gonna even out. And the weird thing is once those contracts start evening out, I wonder what is gonna like how they're gonna because at some point this CBA is locked in. We're locked in for 5 years. At the end of this CBA, depending on how many players sign these supermax contracts with their current teams, something's gonna have to change because you can't also make the salary cap more punitive and then want to put a priority on keeping your own guys, but then people are able, like, you got to look at it. Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they've been in the Eastern Conference Finals 5 out of the last 6 years. He deserves that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, especially when I hear my name in trade rumors and you're the only team I paid for, I'm not taking no team discount. The days of taking a team discount for star level players is over.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start seeing eventually where it's going to be 2 and 3 players making them. Matter of fact, go back to the Jordans. In the last three-peat era, people forget Michael Jordan was making 80% of the salary cap and the rest was split around the rest of the 14 players on the roster.
Shit was like 30 at the time.
Exactly. And we're going to start seeing the same thing, but with way higher contracts. And then the role players, eventually the Players Association is going to have to look in like, we're not taking care of the role players. The grit and grind guys that help you get that title, they're going to end up splitting $4 and $5 million, whereas the rest of the top level players is splitting everything else. Eventually it's going to have to even out.
And I got an example for you right now. The Phoenix Suns. Only 4 players make over 30 million. Ayton, Booker, Bradley, and Durant. Everybody else is 3 million or below as a base salary, vet minimums. So it kind of like, I get your money. I ain't gonna never say don't get your money, but I do feel y'all when y'all say that there will have to be a conversation about what about the other guys. But then some of those guys might be like, hey, I want to win a championship, so I'm gonna take this 3 million. You know what I'm saying? I probably, and sometimes players and people, they are competitors, but they do know when somebody is has the light more than them. So they might be like, hey, let me take the 3 and I just go be a champion. I have fun playing basketball and hopefully I can make money elsewhere.
Yeah, because like you said, they're making money elsewhere, and I could kind of see a couple players because we had a couple players throughout the years of the NBA that take pay cuts because I want to win. I could see a Joker coming down the line, be like, yeah, I made some great money. I don't need to make another $300 million. What am I doing that for? But I feel like, not to make this like a geographical thing, I feel like a lot of European, the people that's not from here would be more willing to win and take less money for the NBA. People here, they getting their bread.
Yeah.
If Ben Simmons somehow comes back, he taking all that money.
Oh yeah,
you offer him $300 million. He getting every pinch of that $300 million.
Ben Simmons
getting 6 Ferraris with that money.
Would be lucky to get $3 million a year if he was a free agent right now.
For real.
That's crazy, bro. That's wild.
But yeah, it's just when you just sit down and look back and be like, this mug is really getting 304. What'd you say? That's 61 a year.
Yeah, averages out to 61 a year. I mean, the first year is going to be 52 million if it's the normal. The last year of his deal of this extension, he'll be making $69 million.
What the fuck you go buy?
And keep in mind, if Jason Tatum also signs a supermax, which like Jason Tatum ain't gonna be looking at this and be like, oh, bet I'm not getting my. No, he's gonna want his supermax too. In 2025-26, when Jason Tatum's supermax kicks in, you're looking at $120 million between two players on your roster.
That is crazy.
These motherfuckers can make a college. They can fund NASA.
That's crazy.
10 years from now, we gonna have motherfuckers like Jordan Poole flying to space because he can afford it.
Ain't no white woman in space. He ain't going to space.
He fucking Mars. Let me shut up. Let me be quiet.
So he gonna switch from white to green.
Hey, so I do got a question though. So now with the money, now the pressure is even more on these guys to win a championship, right?
And that was the question that I was going to ask when I almost cut off Stevo. Is like, look, first of all, we got Jaylon Brown about to make average $60-something million per season, and he's not. When have you seen Jaylon Brown in any marketing for the NBA? That's what's crazy about all of this. You have players making this, and that's not an indictment. Jaylon Brown is a great player. I would want him on my team immediately. But you got players making this type of money that the NBA doesn't even use in their marketing. That's what's crazy about this.
I'm trying to figure out what shoe he with.
Have you? When's the last time you seen Jaylon Brown in a commercial? Heck, even take away NBA. When's the last time you seen Jaylon Brown in any commercial for anything other than TNT?
I could just think of Tatum. All I could think is Tatum commercials.
It's part of Tatum.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and I arguably think Brown better, but that's another discussion. But okay.
That is a conversation for what? That may be another video. That may be another. We may have to lock in on the video for that. But yeah, it's crazy that you have players making this level of money, and I'll hold our own player like Zach LaVine getting paid $40-some million. He just started getting in Mountain Dew commercials, and that's because of Clutch Sports. So you have players making more money than what the whole salary cap was 15 years ago for some teams, and they are barely even being marketed. That's
crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. Ooh-wee. Can't wait to see what happens.
I know motherfuckers like Chris Webber just woke up like, I be damn. It's so bullshit
Remember, wasn't it Juwan Howard who signed the first $100 million contract in NBA history? Like, look at what we doing.
I remember when they was pissed off at Ticket for getting what, 125? They was legit mad. He's legit. The paper. I remember reading the paper when he got that mug. I was like, Jesus, these mug is mad. Now you giving a 6'7", not even a center. We used to think centers was gonna get these big old contracts. He's not even a center. We talking about a 6'7" 2 guard getting $304 million.
Yep. Getting the bag. That's crazy.
Hey, that just shows thank y'all for y'all leadership. Y'all got us this. Thank you. Thank you.
It is, bro. That's
why these mugs, y'all need to be bowing down. They need to have a ceremony for the OGs every year because of this.
And this is why the NBA needs to be taking care of the older players, bro. Like from the 80s and stuff that like are really struggling. Because listen, the game grew off the backs of those guys, and understandably you couldn't pay them then. But we wouldn't be here at this place if it wasn't for them growing the game. And then you luckily had, after Bird and Magic, then you had Mike come in and kind of take it to the next level and make it a worldwide sport. And then everything's just built since then. But we need to remember the forefathers, because we wouldn't have got here if it wasn't for those guys, man.
Yeah, kick Charles Oakley out of goddamn thing one more time and see what happens. Kick one of our greats out one more time. We gonna get on y'all at. But yeah, that just show y'all, man, the game has changed, the game has evolved, and people getting their bread now. And you make money. The money don't make money. You gotta make money, bro. But that's what it is, bro. That's the end of this episode. We came, we saw, we conquered. And Jaylon Brown definitely conquered. That man's getting paid. I don't even know what you're gonna do with $69 million. But let me hold something. But yeah, it's been another episode. It's Haize. Follow us all at the shy. God, I'm blanking. Follow us all at the Central Family. We dropping a lot of stuff. Kev killing it over there at the baseball. Shy Boys podcast with Big Bro, C Dub, and Bobby Valentino been killing. Make sure y'all follow Haize. He been killing on everything. But yeah, it's been another episode. We gonna check with y'all when we do another episode. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.